high water box on the box up in celluloid, Bokbrak for short. So I've got a little review of the new End Machine album for you. I'm a bit late to the party with this, but when it came out I was absolutely obsessing over Judas Priest's new album and didn't realise it was out. So Jeff Pilson and George Lynch still very much in the band. Mick Brown moved on after the first album. He retired, so his brother Steve took over. So Robert Mason did the first two albums, but they've got a new guy and bought to them via Frontiers Records, Girish Pranam. And the first thing you notice about this is what a great singer he is. It does give it a slightly different sound. With Robert Mason in, it did sound, you know, like Lynch Mob, the second Lynch Mob album. So he seems a good frontman as well. So the album, it's got the usual kind of production. I mean, you know, these kind of records, they're always well produced. They kind of sound similar. They don't necessarily have a very individual sound. Probably because musicians are working from home, and I imagine Jeff Pilson's got his own home studio and pulls everything together. I'm going to admire him and George Lynch for still putting out a lot of music. I mean, Jeff Pilson's 66 this year and George is 70, which is just mental. So it opens with Black Hole Extinction. I've got to say, this is one of the weakest tracks on the album, strangely enough. The album lasts 51 minutes. It's got a groovy riff, quite a catchy chorus, but it's just missing something for me. So as an opening track, it doesn't really set out the stall very well. But the second track, Silent Winter, now you might have seen this, the video for this. I think this was the first video they released. This should have been the opener. It's a classic sort of up-tempo Jeff riff that you would, you know, find Till the Living End or Tooth and Nail styly. Really good chorus, strong hook, you know, strong arrangement. It's got a cool solo on it as well. Pardon me. So really like that. Killer of the Night's next. There's a video for that. This has kind of got a classic sort of A minor Dockeny riff. Not as into this, but it is good. It's got quite a good melody. It's got whoa 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 backing vocals. So the album kind of starts, you know, Silent Winter's great, but it takes a while to pick up. And I think when it gets to the fourth track, which is Hell or High Water, it starts to get cooking more. This is, well, Hell or High Water is the title. A very cliched sort of rock title, but those kind of titles and those kind of lyrics are fun and always give rise to a kind of catchy kind of cock rock LA metal song, and that's what it is. I've got my note here, cool track, great vox screams, very catchy. Like Girish, you know, you can hit a lot of really high notes. In actual fact, a friend of mine said to check out his band he's got in India. I think it's named after him. And he said they're not really exploiting his singing to full, you know, capacity. But anyway, that's a great track. And then Stand Up's next. That's another strong number as well. And then Burning Man. So things drop down for this, but it's kind of got a bluesy epic feel. It's something that Lynch does very well. Nice spacey chords, probably in an E minor. Picking out those kind of open string blues licks. Really good chorus on this. A strong vocal. Really like this track. And then you got Shattered Glass Heart again, sort of daft kind of LA cocky rock lyric, but I've got a nice Lynch Mob groove on this. So I mean, really, this band, that's, you know, George Lynch has still got his version of Lynch Mob, whatever it is at the moment. Actually, the last album wasn't too bad. He's got a different singer for that now, but that's really what you're getting with this. You're going to get that Lynch Mob sound, and then Jeff's backing vocals are going to bring in that Dokken influence and that sort of clanky bass. He does a very good job on the production, Jeff Pilson. And like I say, he's always been a brilliant backing singer, a very underrated musician. Then Time's the next track. This is another good track. It's got a really nice lead break at the end, but George has got that bloody phaser on, but he does some really nice tapping. I think George has been doing some better solos recently for me. I think there was a period, over quite a long period, where he seemed to be circumnavigating, but since when I say that, I feel like he's not constructing enough kind of structure in his solos. But since the first End Machine album, he started to kind of, you know, dial it in more with more structure. The last Lynch Mob album, the final track, the title track, a really great extended solo on the end, really, really good. Then you got Hunted, pretty decent track. Stranger in the Mirror is a weaker track. I would lose that. You know, it's that typical thing. This album's got 11 tracks and it's 51 minutes. Lose a track, it's still going to be 46 minutes. I think Frontiers seems to be a label that insists that albums have 11 or 12 tracks. Think about Eclipse, they always have 11 tracks. the first End Machine album had 11 tracks. Can't remember how Phase 2 did, but I think it probably had 12. They got Into the Blazing Sun. It's only 2 minutes 46, so it fairly rips along and ends the album pretty good. I mean, looking at it, you know, 1.6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 6. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'd probably give this a 7 out of 10. I think it might be 7.5. You know, it might be a bit less. I've listened to it half a dozen times. It probably, you know, needs delving into more. Just looking at the song lengths on here, just looking at the screen with them on. All the tracks tend to be over 4 minutes. There's a few over 5 minutes. You know, and that's pretty good. It probably could have done like with a few, you know, a couple of shorter tracks and maybe one less track. But the End Machine continues to be a decent, you know, kind of more than a project in a way. I know it's a project between Lynch and Pilson, but obviously they're old friends, bandmates. Steve Brown's obviously working out well. Maybe this thing could tour. I don't know. Maybe there's kind of more mileage out of this, hopefully. Because I do think it's decent, and there's definitely across the three albums, there's always quality tracks. Okay, thanks for checking it out. Remember to share and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.